Hello YouTube, this is Yirmiyahu Weeps. Sorry for my little hiatus of the past few months. I haven't been here, been on a little break. Anyways, um, God is not a gentleman. I've heard people say that God is a gentleman, and if people don't want to be with him, he doesn't force them. The Creator is not a gentleman. Nowhere in Scripture does it say that he's a gentleman. Now it does say that he will bring all people to himself. He says, "As I live, declares Yahweh, every knee will bow to me, and every tongue will confess." So he's making a solemn promise. Just as he lives, just as he exists, which is the meaning of his name, Yahweh, I pronounce it Yahweh, some people pronounce it a little bit differently. To me, that's not that as much of an issue as what his name actually means, which is he exists. He is the existing one. There's a little more to his name and the meaning, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'm not going to go into it now. But people say he's a gentleman. He's not a gentleman. What he says happens. What the Creator purposes to happen, happens. If you look at my Creed video, I say in the Creed video, and I give verses to back this up, that people do not create their own lives, people do not create their own destinies. It is not within a person to decide their life, to plan their life, to make life happen for them. The Creator decides. A person may plan their steps, may plan how their life is going to go, but it is not them that decides what's going to happen. The Creator decides what's going to happen, and each and every single step of your life, every single detail of your life, is the Creator's decision. He is not a gentleman. He does not ask permission from anyone. If someone chooses not to go along with him, they're only doing so by his purpose and design. He's purposing for them to make that choice. Everything is predetermined. Everything is known ahead of time by the Creator, and everything happens according to his design. I know this can open up some seemingly problematic things, such as like murder, rape, and torture, and all of the many things that go wrong with our world, but he is in control of that, which I think is a very reassuring thing, because that means ultimately everything is working for our benefit. Ultimately. It may not seem so in the here and now, in the temporary, even from years from now, it may not seem so. But ultimately, it's working for our benefit. Everything. Everything is working for everyone's benefit, ultimately. Ultimate. Because of the Creator and because he is who he is. Because he is all-knowing. Because he's all-present. Because he is all-powerful. Because he is all-wise. Because he is all-loving. And because he does everything perfectly. And therefore, because he is who he is, everything must be working for everyone's benefit. It is impossible for it not to be. So the concept of the Creator being a gentleman is ludicrous, a figment of someone's imagination, made up, and it has no relation to reality. The Creator is not a gentleman. He is a passionate lover of every single human being, and he does what is necessary for the benefit of every single human being, even though it may not seem so in the short term. There is no such thing as free will. The Creator is not a gentleman. It's not up to you whether or not you come to him when you come to him. It is up to him. Even if you make a choice, it is a choice that he has predetermined and pre-planned for you to make that choice when you make that choice. And it says in Scripture that no one, Yeshua, commonly called Jesus, but Jesus is a false concept also, which I go into in other videos. Jesus says, Yeshua says, no one can come to me unless the Father draws him, but really it's drags. The Father drags him. No one can come to me unless the Father drags him. And he also says, no one comes to the Father except through me. So everyone needs to go through Yeshua, and no one can go to Yeshua unless the Father drags him to Yeshua, him or her. So you can't go to Yeshua unless the Father purposes for it to happen. And you can't go to the Father except through Yeshua. So the Father is ultimately the decider of all these things with everyone, which I'm really glad about because I wouldn't trust anybody else with it anyways. But just so to let you know, the Creator is not a gentleman. He does force everyone to go to Him. It's not optional. No one gets eternally destroyed. Eternal torment, eternal destruction, eternal torture. Those are all figments of people's imagination. Which, of course, they have those figments of imagination because the Creator has purposed for them to have those figments of imagination and not believe the truth of the goodness and love of the Creator until He decides for them to know and acknowledge that goodness and truth. Because it says in, I think it's Romans 11:32, because He has purposed, He has consigned and purposed for everyone to be an obstinate refusal to believe, acknowledge, or obey, so that He can give a merciful, loving, kind gift to everyone. So there is no free will. The Creator is not a gentleman, and He will ultimately rescue everyone. And in the meantime, He has purposes for what happens here on earth with everything, with everyone. So, Shalom, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Shalom and hello to anyone that has watched other videos of mine and has wondered where I've been for the last couple months. And it's good to not, well, I was going to say it's good to see you, but I can't see you. And it's not good to not see you. It's good to be talking and posting a video. So, Shalom, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, do svidania, sayonara, arrivederci, adios, slan, bon voyage, shalom, bye.